Sunday, June 14th, 1942. On Friday, June 12th, I woke up at 6 o'clock, and no wonder, it was my birthday. Soon after 7, I went to Mommy and Daddy, and then to the sitting room to undo my presents. The first to greet me was you, possibly the nicest of all. Saturday, June 20th, 1942. I haven't written for a few days, because I wanted first of all to think about my diary. It's an odd idea for someone like me to keep a diary, not only because I've never done so before, but because it seems to me that neither I, nor for that matter anyone else, will be interested in the unbosomings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Still, what does that matter? I want to write, but more than that, I want to bring out all kinds of things that lie buried deep in my heart. I want this diary itself to be my friend, and I shall call my friend Kitty. Sunday, June 21st, 1942. Let me tell you a little bit about my family. My father, Otto Frank, is a total sweetheart. My friends call me a daddy's girl, but I don't care. He is honest, sincere, patient, and loving to everyone. To you, Kitty, I will address him by his nickname, Pimp. My mother, Edith Frank, is a different story. I just don't understand her, but even more so, she has yet to understand me. I wish she would be more affectionate and understanding. My sister, Margot, is perfect in every way. She's graceful, pretty, reserved, smart, and far more quiet than I could ever be. And Anne Frank? My teachers call me a chatterbox, but I know they can't help but adore my sense of humor and my wittiness. I'm popular among my girlfriends and the many boys who come to court me. Despite the fact that Jews cannot be out past 8 or go to fun places like cinemas, public sports, and other places of entertainment, I still have fun. I'm surrounded by many friends, but I can't help but feel a deep emptiness behind the smile I put on for all of them. I feel that the Anne I show is separate from the Anne I hide within me, who is much more fragile and serious. I am in need of a true friend who will listen with open arms. I suppose this is why I need you, Kitty. Wednesday, July 8th, 1942. Years seem to have passed between Sunday and now. Margot appeared in the kitchen door, looking very excited. "The SS have sent a call-up notice," she whispered. It was a great shock to me. I picture concentration camps and lonely cells. Margot told me that the call-up was for her. I was more frightened than ever and began to cry. Margot is 16. Would they really take girls of that age away alone? But thank goodness she won't go. Daddy talked about us going into hiding. Thursday, July 9th, 1942. We arrived at the secret annex. The bottom floor is Daddy's office. We hurried up the stairs and came across a cupboard, and, believe it or not, behind that shelf is our hideout. Daddy's workers, Mr. Kraler, Kufwis, Meep, and Ellie Vossen, help us out tremendously by supplying us with extra ration cards for food, and they put their lives on the line to keep our hiding place a secret. Saturday, July 11th, 1942. I expect you will be interested to hear what it feels like to disappear. There are some large business premises on the right of us, and on the left a furniture workshop. There is no one there after working hours, but even so, sounds can travel through the walls. We have forbidden Margot to cough at night, although she has a bad cold, and make her swallow large doses of codeine. I can't tell you how oppressive it is never to be able to go outdoors. Also, I'm very afraid that we shall be discovered and be shot. That is not exactly a pleasant prospect. We have to whisper and tread lightly during the day, otherwise the people in the warehouse might hear us. Friday, August 21st, 1942. The Van Dans arrived on July 13th. Mrs. Van Daan is absolutely unbearable. She is spoiled, outspoken, and whiny. She constantly criticizes me and my upbringing, but I believe that she just points out others' flaws to take attention away from her own. Mr. Van Daan is just as bad. When things do not go his way, he throws a tantrum and is completely disagreeable. When the couple fights, it is truly a tremendous battle. I cannot imagine Mummy and Daddy fighting the way they do. And then there's Peter, their only son. I still don't like Peter anymore. He is so boring. He flops lazily on his bed half the time, does a bit of carpentry, and then goes back for another snooze. What a fool. Monday, December 7th, 1942. Dussel arrived on November 17th. He's a dentist, and when he came, we surrounded him, eager for news of the outside world. We were excited that we had another member of the secret annex, and I was fine with sharing my room. Now, however, I'm quite at odds with him. He's far too meticulous. Even though this was my room to start with, he insists on monopolizing it for his business, as if I didn't have academic work to attend to. Saturday, May 1st, 1943. Dear Kitty, if I just think of how we live here, I usually come to the conclusion that it is a paradise compared with how other Jews who are not in hiding must be living. Even so, later on, when everything is normal again, I shall be amazed to think that we, who are so spick and span at home, should have sunk to such a low level. Just think of it, the same people in one house, crammed together, cranky from not enough food to eat, and boredom in the silence we have to keep while the office is busy downstairs. And then there's that gnawing fear of being caught by the Germans and meeting a horrible fate. It doesn't help that thieves try to steal money and supplies from the office, nearly discovering us runaway Jews, nor does it calm our nerves to hear bombs being dropped at night. Monday evening, November 8th, 1943. I simply can't imagine that the world will ever be normal for us again. I do talk about after the war, but then it is only a castle in the air, something that will never really happen. If I think back to our old house, my girlfriends, the fun at school, it is just as if another person lived it all, not me. I see the 8 of us with our secret annex as if we were a little piece of blue heaven, surrounded by heavy black rain clouds. I can only cry and implore, oh, if only the black circle could recede and open the way for us. Tuesday, March 7th, 1944. In the evening, when I lie in bed and end my prayers with the words, I thank you, God, for all that is good and dear and beautiful, I am filled with joy. Then I think about the good of going into hiding, of my health, and with the whole being of the dearness of Peter, of that which is still embryonic and impressionable, and which neither of us dare to name or touch, of that which will come sometime, love, the future, happiness, and of the beauty which exists in the world, nature, beauty, and all that is exquisite and fine. I don't think then of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. This is one of the things that Mummy and I are so entirely different about. Her counsel when one feels melancholy is, think of all the misery in the world and be thankful that you are not sharing in it. My advice is, go outside, to the fields, enjoy nature and the sunshine, go out and try to recapture happiness in yourself and in God. Think of all the beauty that's still left in and around you, and be happy. I don't see how Mummy's idea can be right, because then how are you supposed to behave if you go through the misery yourself? Then you are lost. On the contrary, I found that there is always some beauty left. In nature, sunshine, freedom, in yourself, these can all help you. Look at these things, then you can find yourself again, and God, and then you can regain your balance. And whoever is happy will make others happy too. He who has courage and faith will never perish in misery. I won't give up on love, even if this life gets tough. We gotta keep faith and trust. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't wanna be some girl who lets adults push her around and makes the very same mistakes that they all had made. They're choosing nothing wrong, I'll teach them all the world that we are strong, and yeah, equals just the same. And in the end the good will win. We'll hear and cheer aloud for all to hear. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to live with the world caving in. I had to learn what I've got and what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up on love, even if this life gets rough. We'll never give up on trust. I'm still looking up, I'm still looking up. No, I won't give up on us. God knows we're not in the wrong. We've got a love. We're time. Push us. We are love's worth it. And we're worth it. Saturday, July 15th, 1944. It's really a wonder that I haven't dropped all my ideals, because they seem so absurd and impossible to carry out. Yet I keep them, because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. I simply can't build up my hopes on a foundation consisting of confusion, misery, and death. I see the world gradually being turned into a wilderness. I hear the ever-approaching thunder, which will destroy us too. I can feel the sufferings of millions, and yet, if I look up into the heavens, I think that it will all come right, that this cruelty too will end, and that peace and tranquility will return again. Yours, Anne.